In a world of thread and linen, where the colors intertwine, the cross-stitch queen awakens with a vision so divine. With needle poised like magic wand, she dances through the night, creating tales of fabric dreams in hues both bold and bright. While nightingales sing your song in stitches soft and sweet, each knot a whisper of the past where memories and fabric meet. With parades of half-done dreams, they flutter in the air. Completed projects tell the tales of love stitched with such care.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Nightingale Stitchery. This is my second floss tube. It is Sunday, April 20th, and it is Easter. So happy Easter, everyone. I am still very nervous, and I will be honest in saying that. I do have notes, but it was suggested to me that I don't quite look as authentic if I look at my notes. So I'm going to try really hard not to just read my notes out and let you know what I've enjoyed stitching on this week, this month and a half, and just let you all know what's been keeping me busy. So I have one fully finish that has taken years to do. I also have 7 whips that I've been working on, which I will say is one of the reasons for doing this floss tube has been to give me some accountability and keep me moving on some of my pieces, because they have been kind of languishing for a while, and I really do want to get some work done on them. I think, like a lot of us, we start a lot of things maybe and do some work on some things, but maybe not necessarily finish them. And I really want to see my pieces move, because I love them when I bought them. I loved them when I started them, and I still love them. I just love a lot of other things also. So anyway, I have had a bit of acquisitions that have been fun, both between market and because of at my job, but also I have found some things on stash unload sites that either weren't available or were new to me, or things that I have been looking for and haven't been able to find. So anyway, without further ado, I will start. So my fully finish is 'Tis the Season, and I'm going to show you the book that it's from. It is from Home for the Holidays, and it's a Blackbird design. And it is this piece here. I know a lot of people have done it. I saw it being done by someone, gosh, I want to say that it was Deb from the Country Stitchers, but I honestly can't remember. So anyway, I did mine on 32 count Cypress by Fiber on a Whim, which you can still get. I used all of the called for Belsoise silks by Classic Colorworks. I found the frame in a yard sale, and I think it's like a shepherd's bush frame, or a frame that you would have used for shepherd's bush piece. It just seems like some of the frames that I've seen, it had a cutout mat in it that I didn't end up using, but I love the frame itself. So I started it on the 21st of January in 2022, and I finished it April 7th of 23, and I fully finished it in March. A coworker of mine, now I'll show it to you. A coworker of mine helped me by pinning it, and I just was overwhelmed with the idea. And I'm going to show it up close. Hopefully I can get most of it in there. I'll show it up closer. I love the ivy I love the French. I thought that was beautiful, but my very favorite part of it, there's the cardinal. It was just beautiful, and the silks were so beautiful to work with. It was neat to watch the color come out in it and in the threads themselves, and try to highlight and low light the bird the way that I wanted it to look. So I kind of stitched it, not trying to get stripes, but trying to get highlight and low light in it. So anyway, I hope that you love it as much as I do. I can't wait to see it up on my wall. I haven't put it up yet because I've been waiting to do this floss tube. So my friend Anne helped me pin it, and I taped it on the back, and I wanted to show you the back just so you could see like what the taping looks like. Of course, I took out all the pins, and then once I finish it with cardboard on the back, you won't see any of that. So to me, that's wonderful. So anyway, so one more time, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, that was 'Tis the Season. And I'm gonna put that over here. So it's out of the way. And I don't get anything on it. Okay, so I'm gonna move into my whips now. And like I said, I do have a little bit of notes to work from, so I apologize for looking down too much. And I do have them in order, but they're over here on the messy desk. And so anyway, I'm just gonna grab a hold of them, and I think what I'll try to do is show you the pattern, like the booklet and the threads, and hopefully then piece, and I'll try to keep it in as much good order as I can. Anyway, okay, so I'm stitching this on 36 count Patriots brew, and this was Peppermint and Pine. Show you the picture. Here's the pattern. So Peppermint and Pine. Try to get a little bit less glare. There you go. And I'm working on the cardinal, which is the one down at the bottom. This was the first thing that I worked on after I did my whip parade. And I am working with most of the called for colors. These are the colors for all three pieces, so not all of these will be in this particular one, but that's the red that's in there, and it's gorgeous. So, okay, so then this is what it looks like. You will notice that it's a little lighter in here and up in here. That's because I just have the tent stitch done there, or half the cross stitch, and I just decided to move on to work on something different, and I left it like that. So anyway, I feel like I got quite a bit done. My notes say I worked on it for like 5 days. When I work on it, when I say 5 days, that typically means a few hours each day, or a couple of hours each day, sometimes after work, or like on a Saturday, I might work on it for a few hours. It never means an entire day of working on anything. So I just don't have that kind of stitching time. So okay, so the next piece is Courage, and it is my stitch that I've been doing. It's called From Praiseworthy Stitches. And it was a stitch along that Pam from Just Keep Stitching had put together. These are the threads that I'm using. Elegant Eggplant by Classic Colorworks, both Soies, and Grape Ice. I had endometrial cancer in 2011, and this is my stitch. I love it. Sean's gonna put that's my husband, he's gonna put a before and after picture in there. I don't know where exactly, but he's gonna put one in there. I love how this color is showing up, and I'm thinking about putting it in more places than just the little bits that it's called for. I know for sure, I'm so sorry, I know for sure that I finished this and got this in. I believe I did this as well and finished one of the acorns. Hadn't been finished. I know I got a lot done in this. I worked on it for quite a while. Okay, so let me just really quick look at my notes. It says it is 32 count ivory even weave, not Zweigart. It was from my stash. I started it in September of 23, and it says I worked on it for 3 days. Got a lot done in 3 days. I think I worked on it like fuller 3 days. So it was a lot of fun to work on. I don't mind repetitive stitching, so that square motif thing was kind of fun to work on, because you were working very similar stitching all the time. So that was a lot of fun. Okay, the next one, I can't believe I made as much progress as I did, because it had been in timeout for quite some time. I made a mistake somewhere, and the last time I had it out, I couldn't figure out where I had made the mistake. And I was quite perturbed with myself and with the stitch itself, because, you know, sometimes when you can't figure out what you're doing, you just get tired of doing it, because you're like, everything else is messed up, basically. And I hate that feeling. I don't know if you get that feeling ever. But anyway, this is Winter Rose Manor, and I will say, I know that I am not the only one. Sorry, trying to get Naughty Glare so I don't have to take it out of the package. I'm not gonna get Naughty Glare. Take it out of the package, because there you go. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I really do like it. And when I bought it, I was incredibly happy to have bought it and had it and started it and everything. Anyway, here's all of the threads. And I ended up going with the pink of the house with the conch. I liked the peachiness of the conch. Quite a few people liked Meredith's pink, and they switched it. This is the Meredith's pink, these two. And I don't know if you can tell the peachiness of the one that's here. That one is conch, and I just like the color of the conch better, so I ended up going with that. But without further ado, I will show you what I've gotten done. Okay, so I believe I had all of this done, or most of it done, but I had none of this part done. I had the white in there, and you can tell I took the white all out. I hated my white stitches. They were horrible. I changed the white, I believe, to toasted marshmallow. I was doing just regular white. I went to toasted marshmallow. I like the stitches far better on this side. So I'm glad I took them all out. It was a lot of work to do it, but it was worth it. I did the house. I did the female cardinal, all of the gate, all of that work. I have a mistake. I really don't know where it is exactly, but it affects over here. It did not make it so I couldn't put it in. I counted off of the bottom instead when I put everything in. I'm going to turn it around really quick just to look. You can tell over on this side, I'll bring it up close. You can tell on this side that this flower and the leaf are too close. I think it's a half of a stitch different. I'm not taking it all out. I'm just not. It doesn't affect how I feel about it. Now that I have it in, I think that that's probably going to be the only place that it makes any difference at all. You'll see the rest of the motifs going up on this side don't come anywhere close to the border, so it's not going to matter. And it's certainly not going to matter to me. So I am not counting off of that side. Where I have the house in, I think looks fine. So I will count off of the house and use that to count off everything else. I'm not using the border in any way to count off of. So dependent on where it might be off, I'm not using that to count it. So I hope that makes sense. I just couldn't put any more time into figuring it out, pulling it out and doing that. It just was too much time. Basically, I was going to desert the project if I spent any more time on that. So, and I didn't want to do that. This is, besides a lot of time that I had already put into it, it's a lot of money. And who wants to do that? Not this lady. I'd rather spend my extra money on projects that I am working on that I want to do next. So, I didn't tell you. I'm so sorry. I started it on the 31st of December in 22. And I'm working on Water Lily by Witchell and the called for weeks Gentle Arts and Classic Colorworks, except I took out the roasted marshmallow and put in toasted marshmallow. Okay, that's it for those. Okay, so my next project, I'm sorry, I did not take it out of its hoop because I am working on it, trying to work on it every day. I'm giving myself it's like a prize. It was my dessert stitch. It was something that I would only work on if I got other stitches done and worked on. And I've decided that I'm going to leave it on my Lowry stand all the time so that if I have time, I can go and stitch on it when I want to. So anyway, so it is my Gilet by Reflets Soie, and it is such a beautiful stitch. I know that other people again are working on it again, which I'm so thrilled that so many people have found this beautiful piece. So the part that I am working on right now is the house, and that's why I don't want to take it out of the hoop. It is perfectly in the hoop as far as I am concerned. And so I don't want to take it out. Let me give you the details on it. I started it May 3rd of 22. It is on 32 count Silver Moon Lugana, and I am using overdyes between Lisa at Kindred Stitcher and Deb from Country Stitchers. I've taken their conversion charts and created what I am looking for, what I want. And these are all of the floss colors. Sorry, it's kind of a rat's nest, but anyway. Okay, so this is G. Leger. I'm going to show you what I have done. The full, what I've gotten done. All of the lettering and such. And then I'm going to put the frame behind it, I think. Okay, so what I have gotten done is all of this that you see up in here, I believe. I'm not sure that I had any of that done. I might have had this part here done, but I don't believe I had any of the rest done. Because I've got all of this to do, I really didn't want to take it out of the stand. Out of the frame. So, I love it. I feel like it's really coming together. All of these browns that are in here that you can see, let me bring it closer. If you see like the browns and stuff in there, all of those, I took that brown part of the thread and work them in, trying to make it look like branches coming through, and they're down in here as well. It's just beautiful. I don't know why I love it so much other than it's really beautiful, but I'm gonna look for the thread really quick to show you what I'm talking about. I don't think you'll be able to see that. This thread is called Foliage, appropriately enough. And, okay, I'm going to try to show it to you this way. Can you see all of this brown in here? It would just randomly come in. And so if you saw the back of my stitching, which I might just show you in just a minute, you will be able to see that I basically went from one place to another just to try to get that brown in there. You might enjoy seeing that, I don't know. You can certainly see it up here where I was working. I like my backs to look nice and everything, but to me, it was more important to get that brown where I wanted it. And I'm hoping that worked in there. So, again, I'll show you the front where that is up. So, yeah. So that's G. Leger. I try to work on that. Like I said, I try to work on that, a little bit every day or every few days. If I have a day off, I'll go in there in the morning and stitch on that. And then I wanted to show you on my pattern, because a lot of people notate how they're working on something in different ways. And I don't use like my iPad very much to do it with. I like to work on paper. And so I'm working on, I don't think by showing you this part of the pattern you'll be able to see too terribly much. But so what I do is I mark things in pink or in blue. And then I go back over it and mark in yellow, and that yellow changes the color, obviously, from pink to orange and from blue to green. So then I know where I've been. I try to mark off like all the color of all of the symbols of a particular color that I'm working on. So like I was working on what is pink up here, the heart, and marking off all of this area here. So I know now that I can start again up here and work up through the roof. And then down here, working on the red of the house. Now I do have blue marked up here that's a different color, but I was trying to figure out which color I wanted to work on next, and I decided I really wanted to work on the red in the house. So anyway, so it's a really helpful way for me to check and make sure where I'm at and where I've left off, especially if you're working on something now and then you pull it out again in, 3 months or whatever. You can really see where you've been and where you need to start again if you haven't left yourself notes. Yeah. So, okay, the next one that I worked on is Sleeping Bee by the Blue Flower. And this one is a fun one. And I worked on it while it was still a little wintry outside in upstate New York. We get a lot of really sunny April days or March days, and then all of a sudden we get snow on the ground in the next morning. So I was stitching on this, just trying to get me into spring, but it's really pretty. I love the Blue Flower. I will say again and again, she is my favorite designer of all time, and Janine McGowan. She just has some of the most beautiful pieces and things that I love so much. So anyway, I am stitching it with the called for colors, and I am stitching it on 20 count mushroom Aida. Let's see. Oh, I did change Snowball for whitewash and 3799 for the Blackbeard Weeks Dye Works. I think I switched them because I didn't have them at the time. So I started this on the 26th of August in 21, and here she is. And I do not remember all that I got done on her because it's been a little while since I worked on her. I'm positive these are both new. I worked more on one of the wings. I did these honeycombs for sure. And then these berries because I didn't have any of the berries in. I think that's it. I really like working on this mushroom Aida. It's a quick, easy stitch. Although it's tiny and I still have to wear my magnifiers, it's just an easy stitch. I'm not really counting threads and that kind of thing. It just works easily. So, okay, if you could see you can see my pile a little bit. It's teetering. Okay, not the last one, but the next one that I stitched on, I've got to open up my iPad because the actual picture is on my iPad. Technical issues. Anyway, okay. It is Anne Hall, and this is by a new designer, Mike Monette, and his name is Strawberry Hill Samplers. Sorry, I had it on a piece of paper over here. Strawberry Hill Samplers, and I will put his contact info down on the bottom. I love this piece. I love this piece so much. It is so much fun to work on. and I felt like I got a lot of really good progress. This piece is going to forever remind me of the prequel to Yellowstone. We were working on this. I was working on this during all of us watching that prequel, and I don't know why it just hit me that I loved it. Anyway, okay, so I started this August of 24 after I had met Mike, and he came into Hobby House one day, and he was from Canada, up near like New Hampshire, and he showed us these pieces that he was working on, and that he had designed and that he was working through, and I fell in love with, especially this one. I do like the other one that he, I think it's called Buckthorn Sampler. It's has like orange buckthorns on it, which was really buckthorn berries, I guess. It was really pretty, very, very pretty. Anyway, so this one, these are the colors that I am working with. They are not the colors that he suggested using, but they are similar in color to what he had suggested. So there we go. Try one more time. Okay, so you'll notice that this part here is a lot darker in color that I have, and this whole wheel here is a little different. So okay, well, without further ado, I will show you my piece. And basically the last time all I had was this like row or two there, and I cannot at all see what you're seeing. Okay, so I love it. I think it's so pretty. I'm not sure that you're really getting, there we go. That's a lot better color closeness. I just love it. I think it's so pretty. I think in the middle of the wreath, I'm going to put 1923 from the prequel to Yellowstone in there. I'm taking a lot of liberties, Mike. I'm very sorry. But oh, and I didn't even write down what I'm stitching it on. Let me look really quick. Maybe it's in my package. It is. It is beige linen. Beige linen, 28 count. That's all. Just a fat quarter of beige linen. I'm sure it was probably in my stash. And anyway, so that's what I'm working on. Again, I really love it. One of the colors that I'm using is Tennessee Red Clay. And that is the strawberry there. And all of the color changes in it is coming from the thread itself. I just love that. I think it's so pretty. So anyway, that would be that one. All right, then the last one that I'm working on right now, it has a little bit of a story, and if you don't mind, I'll tell you. Okay, so I'm working on Blooming Vase. And it is by Erin Elizabeth. It is so pretty. I think the picture is good, but it really doesn't completely do it justice for how beautiful it is. I am using Victorian sponge cake. If you remember from my my whip parade, I may have mentioned that Victorian sponge cake is my favorite. It's 30 count, which, you know, means it's a little looser or more open weave, and It is from Legacy Linen. But it is so beautiful. It's such a bright, creamy color. Anyway, so I started it on the 12th of July of 24. Like I said, I'm stitching out on Victorian sponge cake, and I'm using Dinky Dyes, the called for Dinky Dyes Red Jasper and Lagoon, which are so pretty. I think you can see the variegation in them. It's really, really pretty. And it called for a Dinky Dyes white silk. Our shop didn't have it at the time, and I really wanted to start it. So I started by using just a white DMC. I hate white stitches. Not gonna lie, I just really hate white stitches. And I don't feel like they lie nicely. I don't feel like they look good. Like they're always a little uneven and that kind of thing. So I don't know why exactly I picked the stitch, because there's so much white stitching on it, because it gives it that lacy look, like down here and everything and all this. It gives that lacy look, and I just love it, but I hate white stitching. So anyway, so I decided to use Sulky. It is a 12 weight cotton, and I'm using the number 1001. Now, the story that I'm going to share with you is that, and again, it's not out of its hoop because I was still working on it, and I'm going to go back to it when I'm done doing the videos. But down in this area, if you can see the white stitches here, are a little less plump than the stitches over here. And I think what I did, I couldn't figure it out when I was stitching it, but I think what I did was over here, I decided to use 2 strands because I really want the white to show up. And here in this area here where I came back to the stitching, like I had done this earlier last year, and I came back to it and did this last week, and I think I forgot that I was doing 2 stitches, and so I only did 1 stitch there, and so I got to go back and do that. All of the other white is the same as this because I did that all at the same time. So this is the part that I was working on. I think I had a little tiny bit of the green already done on one of the sides and a little bit of the green up here. So I did the rest of that, and I did this white and green down here. So I'm going to come back to it. I don't want to put it away yet. It's so pretty. So, Blooming Vase by Erin Elizabeth. And when it's done, I think it's going to be so gorgeous. So, you can tell if I don't have the thing behind it, how translucent the stitching or the fabric is. But it's just so gorgeous. I love it so much. Okay, so that is all of my stitching that I have done. I will move into my acquisitions, I think. Hold on one second. Let me look. All right. So my first round of acquisitions was from Hobby House. Again, I work there, and part of my work, the bulk of my work, is cutting fabric, the linen. So I get to see all of the beautiful linen that comes into the shop, and it is need it. And so anyway, this last last month, March, Fox and Rabbit had some new colors that came out to, new to us. I don't know if they were new all the way around, but I had not seen them. And so I got a couple of pieces of, this one is 32 count Mayflower, and this one is 36 count Mayflower. I'm going to try really hard to get a good, that's probably a good representation of them. You can tell that they take the color differently when they are different counts. But they are such a beautiful color. It's a tan color with just like the smidgiest little bit of pink in it. So pretty, really, really pretty. And then this one here I got is 32 count Lichen. And this one is by Tabby Cat. And this is not new, but I had not seen it up until, well, when I decided to buy it. I think I had seen it and thought, ooh, that's really pretty. I would like to get some of that. And then, it came back to me that, ooh, I hadn't gotten any of it yet and I needed to get some. You can kind of see here, there's a little bit of a line of modeling through it. It's not hugely modeled, and not all of those lines are the modeling. Some of it is just wrinkle, but I think it's just so beautiful. Michelle does such a gorgeous job with her fabrics. I love it so much. So, okay, the next couple of things, these were, I don't know where this book had been in my life, not in my stash, obviously, but it is so beautiful. I love stitching in red. This one is called Stitches in Red, Designs by Brenda Keys. I'm going to see if there's a page that I can, yeah. This one here just has beautiful like alphabets, but also like pieces and parts that you can pull apart. And she has so many pieces in here that you can take parts of the stitch itself and like a whole, I'll show you this one, where it's a whole bigger piece, but you could take little pieces of it and make ornaments or pillows or different things out of it. It's just beautiful. Brenda Keys, I think, has done many different motif books and stuff like that. I know Deb from Country Stitchers, boy, I talk about her a lot. Sorry, Deb. But she uses Brenda Keys' book for quite a few of her pieces that she's working on, like her montage. She has taken pieces out of that book and put those motifs into her larger piece. Let's see. I also got these two patterns, which I had seen them and just decided I was going to get them finally. This one's called Always Hope. And I love the monochromatic color of it. I'm going to do it in a different color, but I really like the way that looks. And then also this one here is called Built on Love. They're both by Silver Creek Samplings. And I'm going to incorporate, I also purchased a couple of these Belle Soie colors. I'm either going to use this blue or this blue for the Always Hope. And then for this together, I'm going to use this really dark brown for the together part of it. And this one I just got for, just because it's gorgeous. It's Enchanted Hold on one second. Let me grab my board again. It's called Enchanted Forest, and it also is a belle soie, but it is most beautiful shades of very dark green in there. I'm trying to create a collection of belle soie silks. They're just gorgeous, and I have some because of some stitches that I've done, but I'm trying to build up that stash. Okay, so then I got onto Stash Unload, and some of these are not available any longer. I don't believe. I looked them up after I saw them just to see like if I could get them someplace different, and it did not look like I could. So anyway, this one is by Roveras, and it is called Benvenuti. It's a squirrel sampler. I love squirrels. Love squirrels so much. And so anyway, that one is the squirrel sampler. And this one you can get pretty much anywhere. It was just a really good deal. Anyway, so sorry. This one is from Heartstring Samplery, and it's the brown bird, Biscornu. This one I don't believe you can get anywhere. It is Trail Creek Farm on Nuts, and I'm looking forward to doing that for this fall. It looks quick and easy. And then this one here, I believe that you can get other places, but again, it was a deal. Ink Circles, Squirrels of Sumatra. And I really just want to do the two squirrels in the middle. I'm kind of thinking the squirrels in the middle with this part there, and how could I make that a strawberry? Looks like it would be kind of the right size. I've never done a strawberry though before, so there's that. Okay, and then this one, I've never even heard of the designer Renato and Parolin, which I love anything French or Italian, and I'm assuming Son Tutti is Italian maybe, but it is squirrels. The cutest darn squirrels ever. So cute. Anyway, so I don't think this one's available, and I cannot wait to start that. I don't know if I'll do it in the red or what exactly color I will do it in, but it's so cute. So, okay, so I'm sure that everybody heard about the Nashville Needlework Market, right? That's like been everywhere. And anyway, I did pick up a few things from the market through Hobby House, and I'm looking to see how I picked up the cookbook, but apparently I took it to make the dessert out of it, and it's not here anymore. I was going to make the dessert that was on the front cover. I didn't make it yet, but I am going to, hoping to. Anyway, so hold on just one second. Okay, so scratch the fact that I couldn't find it because it was in the bag. So anyway, here's the cookbook. And I want to make this recipe. I got the ingredients to make it. I am planning on making it. Just haven't made it yet. And then I got Liberty by Brenda Gervais. And I am super excited about starting this. I think I'm going to start it like maybe on Memorial Day and work on it on all the different holidays that are patriotic holidays this year. But I also just received this one from, well, I'll talk about that one in just a second. I also got Milady's Posies by Jan Hicks Creates. I love all of like, she's designing this very French looking, I believe. And so like all of the ornate alphabets, I love this floral posy piece. And then like the little band sampler part over here. I just really enjoy all of that. So I'm looking forward to stitching that one very much. I like her pieces, but I will honestly say that's the first one I've purchased yet. Just, I love them. I just haven't gotten around to purchasing them. So, okay, there's 2 other pieces, but I have them aside because I've kitted them and want to ask your advice or see if anybody cares which one I start first. Anyway, I just received this one this last week at work. We're still sending out market orders, still getting patterns sent to us by the designers. So anyway, so this one is called Samplers and Primitives Patriotic Bouquet. I love this. I love the corners. I just love how this whole bouquet is so pretty. The rose is just gorgeous. So I can't wait to start that either. So that's why I said when I talked about starting Liberty, now that I've got the Patriotic Bouquet, I kind of, I'm vacillating between the two. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you real quick. I received my Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitching. There we go. That was in market this year from Pansy Patch Quilts. I think it's called Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. I love a monochromatic stitch, period. I just love it. I don't especially love the color of this one, but you know, you can change that and make it whatever you want. So, I'm contemplating starting this, and I have 2 colorways that I'm thinking. Ouch. That was my finger rubbing against a needle. Make sure I don't bleed on my fabric. Okay, so I picked up Her Crown by Belle Soie while I was going through my Belle Soie, or going through the Belle Soie at the shop. And, oops, that's not gonna work. Hold 1 second, please. Okay, this will work far better. Okay, so I have Albarium by Jody of Cedar River Linen, and I have some skeins of Amber. One of them is a little different color, but I figured I could work it in because it was dyed at a different time, so I figured I could work it in. Anyway, so let me see. This is looking very green, and it doesn't look as green as that in real life. So I'm not sure. How can I make this more awkward? Anyway, let's see if I can get a... Still gonna look green on screen. It's very high, glossy yellow. Her crown is. Anyway, I'm wondering which of the 2 colors would be better, or maybe I should pick something different. I think I like the idea of this better, but the Her Crown was really pretty. So it'll just go in my stitch, and maybe I'll start this one. What do you guys think? Give me an idea of what you think, and maybe I'll go with that, and stay tuned and we'll see what I end up going with that. And then my last acquisition from the needlework market was Parkington Manor sampler by Rosewood. Rosewood could just take all of my money and I would be very, very happy in life. Everything about this is gorgeous. It's so pretty. I was really surprised by the colors that are in it, and I'm going to show you that. I think I'm going to do it on this Tabby Cat's Whiskers. It is 32 count. It is the lightest shade of blue. It's very pretty. But look at these colors. Okay, so like I thought there was black in it. This is very much a gray and almost a purpley gray color. That is blackboard, but it's really not black. And do you see that in there? It looks very black, but I thought I was going to be looking for like 310 when I started looking for the colors. Anyway, I believe that these are all the colors that it calls for. I don't think I missed anything, I think is what I'm saying when I was looking for them. So beautiful. So I'm thinking about starting that one, being that I got everything together. But I do have two other ones that I'm also thinking about. And so I got the Cat's Whiskers at work as well. We do still have Cat's Whiskers. Okay, and then the other two that I'm thinking about starting, and I don't know, might have a vote from the 3 people that comment on my video, but Americana Blue and Americana Red. These are not new patterns, and they're not new patterns to me. I've had them in my stash for a little while, but I haven't started them. I haven't started them because I didn't know what fabric I wanted to put them on. And a few weeks ago, I had a customer come in and they were looking at this fabric. It's called Old Mushroom by XJU. This particular one is 36 count. All of this modeling in here, and you'll notice on my stitches, I don't use a lot of modeling in my, or a lot of modeled fabric in my stitching. I don't know why. I just haven't been drawn to it up until this time. That's the one side of the fabric. Let me show you the other side. It's just gorgeous. It has a very taupey feel to it, I think, which makes me absolutely love this cranberry from Soie against it. And this one, this blue, I have to look it up. It's a thread mist dye, but from Color and Cotton. It is M1035. It's a very kind of Wedgwoody blue with some like dark pieces in it. But again, looks really good against that taupey color. So either way, I'm going to start them at some point. But if you guys have any suggestions as to which one you would like to see me start first, vote Americana Blue, Americana Red, Parkington Manor sampler, or the Honeybee sampler, and let me know what you think. And okay, my very last acquisition, and this was completely 100% out of the blue. Wasn't looking for them, not even one little bit whatsoever. I am not a stitching tchotchke kind of person. I don't typically get all of like the needle minders and all that kind of thing, because a lot of times I stitch in hand, and sometimes I just don't want the extra weight on different things. So give me anything G Leger and that I will buy. But anyway, okay, so without further ado, on Facebook, this company called So Pretty Pins put these unbelievably adorable pins online. And the first time I saw them, she was just giving a preview of what she was going to be selling. I put an alarm on my phone. I was at work and I went and used the restroom, sorry guys, to make sure that I could purchase them, because it was right at 10 o'clock when she was putting them on. And I had just gotten to work and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to clock in yet. I'm going to go use the restroom and just do it. And I got them. Because she only had so many sets available. And they're called the Spurt again. So pretty. So if you want to contact her at some point to order something of your own from her, please do, because they just are simply gorgeous. She said that they are she doesn't make a whole bunch of any one kind. And then she also sent me this. Isn't that so sweet? It's this little spool with some thread on it. Oh, it's so cute. So cute. So anyway, I don't know what else to say. I really super appreciate you tuning in to me. And if you stayed all this time, thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. And I appreciate if you came back. I'm glad that you found me if you're just finding me new. And hopefully you'll come back and see me again the next time. And I don't know exactly when that will be. I didn't intend for this time to be so long. I got really sick for a couple of weeks in there. So, life happens, and, we don't always know when we're going to come back. But hopefully it'll be within, 3 or 4 weeks, and you'll see me again and hopefully catch up on what I got done. And please comment, subscribe if you want to. I just appreciate words of encouragement and stuff in the comments, just to know how I'm doing and if I need to change anything, and but also how you are. And that's part of why I'm doing this, because I want to get to know other stitchers. So anyway, super busy week this week at work. We're having a retreat and it's going to be super fun for everybody, I am sure. And I guess that's it. All right. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.